Well, look who just waltzed right into my podcast. If you're here, it's not an accident. This is the Look Up Podcast. It's a place where we discuss how to stay connected and looking up rather than living in the monotony and anxiety of the brain, looking down. We're going to dive into deep emotional healing, spiritual wisdom and experiences, and above all, how to reconnect and stay connected to God, nature, each other, and ourselves. Welcome to the Look Up Podcast. I'm your host, Harmony Sunshine. Why would I ever want to be anything other than the greatest expression of myself? Mic drop. I don't know what that was. I think it was my charger that just dropped, but that's hilarious. There was so many times when I was younger that even now, right? Like that I muted myself, that I lowered myself, that I thought that I was too much, that I wasn't enough, that I needed to change, that I needed to have different hair, that I needed to be louder, to be quieter. I needed to be more in with what the culture was into. I needed to be less into what the culture was into so I could be different enough. Why would I want to be anything other than the fullest expression of who I am, because I'm the only soul of myself? There's only one of me, right? I was thinking about this because specifically, like, the example that was coming to me this morning was my friend Kylie, shout out Kylie. I overheard, or one of my friends told me she had been talking about me, but like in a good way, which is like so nice to hear. It's always like so random and nice when you hear your friends are saying good things behind your back. Like they didn't even tell you, but like they're saying it behind your back. And she was just saying, oh my gosh, I love Harmony. I love how direct she is. Like we have so much in common. And like, she really like basically saying like it made her feel safe that I would always tell her what's up. Like, you know, we don't have to guess around with each other, or like she doesn't have to guess around with me, you know? You know how many times people have hated on me for that exact thing? And like, I've felt like, oh, well, maybe I'm too much. Maybe I need to change. And like, I need to, you know, say things with kindness at times. It can't always be like coming out with the, with the bullets, you know? But it seriously like unshackled part of me, because I'm meant to be honest. It's like part of my core. Like if you truly know me, I mean, honestly, probably even from just listening to this podcast, it's pretty obvious. Like, I just want to say things as they are. And it's like the whole thing is about uncovering things. Everything I'm talking about in the podcast is something I've uncovered, or I'm in the process of uncovering. And that's what honesty is. Honesty is just uncovering things. But like so many people in my life have told me, you need to water it down. You need to be nicer. You need to beat around the bush. You can't just come right out and say it. People don't respond well to that. Or like I've had so many friends that just like they didn't like that, you know? And maybe like that resulted in like the end of a friendship. And again, you know, me coming across super aggressively is like not necessarily the best way to do it either. Like I've learned and like refined and like become more of my truest self, because me responding out of a place of anger, or actually they say reacting is when you like come out of anger, but then responding is when you kind of are doing it in a more intentional way. But like, yeah, so me coming out of a space of anger, that's not my highest, most honest self. Like that's, you know, tainted and jaded. But me being my truest self and being honest, and you know what? Honesty isn't always, hey, you're doing this and it hurts me and I need to set a boundary. Honesty is, wow, I can really see you. And I want to share that with you. Because honesty goes both ways. And I feel like, first of all, I'm boiling vegetables right now. So if you can hear that, I'm sorry. But just being the fullest expression of who I am, just about to eat with some potatoes. Anyways, Gosh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, honesty. Like, I can see through things. I know I can. And I can see things for what they are, which is a really good thing, too. You know, like, sometimes we can't see ourselves. And the more we see ourselves, like, the more we can understand ourselves, you know? So I feel like even the way that I compliment people is super honest and super spot on. And sometimes people will be like, oh my gosh, you're being so kind. And I'm like, I'm really not. Like, that is not my intention. I'm truly telling you how I'm seeing you, which is beautiful, incredible, all these wonderful things. Like, if you ever need a really good compliment and we're friends, because I mean, if I don't really know you, it'd be kind of hard, but I could just tap into spirit, I guess. But yeah, if you ever need a really good compliment, just message me. I'm really good at them. But yeah, I mean, any part of, also Cleo's purring really loud, so if you hear that. And the futon is creaking. There's just a lot. There's just a lot of me coming out into this podcast right now. But there's other ways too, like being the fullest expression of who I am. Like, I really like to be silly and like dance silly and like make a fool out of myself. And for some people, that's like humiliating. It's like, what are you doing? And, you know, sometimes I've been like, God, yeah, what am I doing? Like, I need to grow up. I need to act my age. But then it's like, your people will find you. When you're being the fullest expression of who you are, you're attracting that back into your life. How are the weird freak show silly dancers going to find you if you're not being a weird freak show silly dancer? And that can be anything, whatever you're passionate about. Or just whatever you love or you're interested in or something that brings you joy. For instance, another example, how am I going to know who else has freaking amazing cats if I don't talk about my amazing cats? And what is that for you? Because obviously not all of you are freak show, weirdo, silly dancers who love potatoes and have cats and are brutally honest. Some of you might be, and if you are, come find me. But what is that for you? Are you filtering yourself from being yourself? When you filter yourself from being yourself, you're actually taking away the opportunity for someone with your frequency, with your vibe, to meet you and to connect with you on the best kind of level. Like, why do you think it's so amazing? You know, you have a friend or you have an acquaintance or a coworker, you've known them for a while, but then you find out that they also love this thing that you love and your friendship just explodes and like goes to the next level and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, and it's like every time you see that person now, it's like there's this new frequency, there's this new energy between the two of you. Because we're meant to fully like let your freak flag fly, which is seriously such a tongue twister. Oh my gosh. But seriously, we're supposed to be freaks. We're supposed to be freaks. Maybe you love winter and you're in the minority usually. And you just, all you want to do is like go make snow angels and go sledding. And you just literally want to walk around in the snow, maybe like take pictures in the snow. But everyone's complaining about seasonal depression and how much they hate winter. And you're like, God, well, you know, I guess it is hard without the sun. I guess I do, you know, have to wear more clothes and stay inside a little bit. It's like, no, be who you are. Love winter. And then the people that also love winter will flock to you. And then maybe you guys can do a cute little photo shoot outside. Maybe you guys can go on a ski trip. Maybe you can go hiking in the woods in the beautiful silence that winter brings. When we're not fully expressing ourselves, it's so limiting not only to ourselves, but to the people that we are actually meant to connect with. I'm just so done. I'm just so done not being myself. Like, I remember in high school, I used to wear like, oh my gosh, so many colors at once. Like, there's this picture on Facebook, and I think I have like a pink bow in my hair. I have like a jean jacket on and then like a aqua shirt and then like a green shirt under that shirt and maybe like green pants. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in that picture. And I'm just like, peace sign, 15-year-old harm. And I remember like wearing that outfit or something similar. And I like went to church and this girl came up to me and was like, it's like not cool to wear that many colors at once, right? Like you totally don't match. And I felt so ashamed. But I just really like colors, man. And like, should I really care if they don't really match? Why are you wearing that? It's like, no, dude, because I'm attracting more color into my life. And, there's nothing bad about people that don't like that many colors. Like monochromatic things are nice too. It's just like whatever you're into. But here's the thing. If you're pretending to be into something because you're ashamed of what you're really into, you're going to feel like you're disowning yourself. And also the people that are super into that are going to feel like you're not being genuine as well. Like you're not going to be able to share their full excitement. Like whatever that thing is, like maybe they are really fully excited about it. And that is like the fullest expression of who they are. And you trying to pretend like that's you just because it fits. It's just not going to feel right for anyone. So why not just fully be yourself? Look up. Look up. Look at the person that you are, not at what the freaking world wants you to be. Look up beyond the world. Look into the sky. Look into the divine, because that's where your truth lies. And we're all different. We all have so much like different like pokey parts and soft parts. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just meant to fully be ourselves. And anyone that like doesn't like that, we're being too much for them, we're not being enough, they're not meant to be in our circle. There's a reason that we don't resonate with everyone. We're not meant to. So be your fullest self and let people fall away. Let people fall away and be okay with that. Because it is going to happen. And like that's how it's meant to. When we lose people, it clears room for us to bring in the right people. When we lose something in life that was so sacred to us, that was so important, and we're so worried because we'll never have anything like that again, #poverty mindset, it's clearing room. So again, I say, my freaks, as Cleo lays on her back with her tummy showing off, paws in the air, staring me down, let your freak flag fly.